Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Veronica.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, this is episode 95 of the NgoVo Convo podcast where two stupids make a hype.
Right.
That's right, because it's
Yes.
super hype this time. Yes. Because I'm one of your hosts. Yeah, we did.
Whoops.
We did. But I'm one of your hosts, Harrison No, and I'm joined by Veronica Vo. She's right over there.
He's right over there.
Where is that? Check on YouTube. You'll find out.
Yeah.
But if you're new here, we both just want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics.
Wow.
But really just to clean up our backlog, as we did this episode.
Yes.
But it's never ending, so we're just gonna keep chipping at it. But some would say we're conversing.
Wow. Like NgoVo Convo, NgoVo Convo, logos above Harrison's head, where he be pointing at. Got him.
Got him.
Got
Me
him.
too. Good job.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. But you can watch every episode on youtube.com and listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice.
Wow. We're on 10 plus.
All 10 plus.
Plus.
10 plus. All 10 plus. Plus 10.
Yeah. Yes. Could be 11. Could be 12. Could be just 10.
Add 10 to 10.
Plus.
Who
Yeah.
knows? You could find out. We could find out. Well,
Yeah.
You know. It's okay.
Yeah.
In this episode, though, Veronica, I'm hyped.
Yes.
This is why
We're
it's hyped.
hyped.
Because it's all about Bluelock. If you haven't
Yes.
heard, it's the new soccer anime on Crunchyroll. So if you haven't seen it at all, 24 episodes. I've been raving about this to anyone that I talk to about anime.
Like you talk to, yeah.
It'll take you like a day or two, maybe. So just go ahead and go watch it. Come back here, give this video a like, save it. That's how I would do it. That's how I do it with my other stuff. Yeah, all that stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff. So we're just going to talk about non-spoiler thoughts first, and then I'll prompt and say spoiler mode, I guess.
Like usual, yeah.
Usual.
Yeah, the usual.
Veronica, what
Harrison.
did you think of Bluelock?
First of all, I apologize for this episode being so late. I had wedding stuff.
You had a wedding to do, and
I also did not enjoy the games breaking up into certain episodes because I feel like I was blue balled.
I will say
the time.
I can see that. I know some people may not like that, so if you just
Yeah.
want to binge it, it's done now. It's easier. Of course, every time we review, it's done. So that's not, that's not the point here.
I left my husband in the dust with this series. I was unloyal, as he would like to say.
Oh, we had dinner last week, and he's like, Harrison, would you leave your wife alone watching a show? I was like, uh-oh, she committed the sin.
I did.
The difference is,
so-
me and my wife actually stayed on top of this one. So I'm sure he's salty. Because he's the one trying to get you into this show.
Yeah, but he can watch on his own. It's fine.
Just rewatch it again, and you'll rewatch it again.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it again. Yeah, for sure. But I was unloyal. Left my husband in the dust, which is fine. It's for the podcast. I'll do whatever it takes.
What she should have done was keep watching while she was wedding planning. Come on now.
No, it's
Even
fine.
if it was like the last month and you're down to the wire, that's not the point here.
Yeah, no. But at least I watched it. I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
We're done. We're good. Non-spoiler thoughts. I have heard people were raving about this being one of the best sports manga, next to Haikyuu.
Yep.
Like it's like up there. And I would agree. Actually, it's probably equal or even better.
Yeah.
I think. And I think it's just because Haikyuu was like that cute, like high school tournament vibes, and it was just like funny and kind of low key. It was like more like a school anime or comedy or like slice of life. But
I
in
wouldn't say
Blue
that.
Lock,
I would-
it depends.
I guess it depends on the parts. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, in the parts, yeah. And Blue Lock, it was really more serious. Like there's no schooling involved. It's all about like making sure your skill is like up to par
Yeah.
to where you're going. So I think that's a big difference. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good. I love sports anime a lot.
Yeah.
So this filled my sports anime.
Drought.
I think, yeah. No, there's been a drought.
There's been a few, but like I think I agree with you. This is like I was already hyped about this because I do like soccer, but I just didn't know what to expect. But I heard the same things you did, and I was like, all right, cool, we'll watch this. Mm-hmm. This was the unexpected like top anime for last season for me, where this is one of the few where I was like, I want to keep watching. This is the one I was like, oh yes, I'm waiting for the next week, and it's exactly what you said. I think so. A lot of people, I talk to, they're not super into sports anime because one, they're not into sports, and I think that's the mistake a lot of people make. That non-sports people is that I need to be in sports, and I was like, you don't, because most of the time anime will make it super over exaggerated or like
or power ups
or like hilarious. There's just a level of what you expect, right? Haikyuu is probably compared the most because it is the most down to, I'd say
it's
normal,
the most like realistic
normal, that's what it was. Realistic sports anime, but it hypes it so well,
and it overdoes some plays,
but not like to the extent of, let's say,
Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah, that one is like essentially, each guy has a power, but it's so over the top but so funny. This one I think is a good mix, but I think the best way to describe this one is it goes against the typical team play.
No, it does,
and we'll go into spoilers, but I just want to say, like, I think this dropped at a really good time where it gets the vibe of Squid Game. I think that's the easiest way I can describe it. Squid Game soccer. And
at least no one dies. No one dies.
Doesn't die.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so the stakes are essentially like that level, and it's kind of like Battle Royale in a sense. So it's that's the way I would describe it. So this is
a little tournament between kids.
And the other thing I will also point out is I think the one negative, because this is more for like those that are looking into it. They probably heard about this. Mm-hmm. Some animation does not look good. Some parts.
That's why I said to read the manga.
Yeah,
it's so good.
A lot of people have said that too, but I do think
I agree.
There are moments when the animation's like really good, and then there's like that in between. I think the animation dips when it's the in between, like the movement and the passing and all that.
Because it's stiff.
It's very stiff. It's very 3D stiff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's really good. Otherwise, it gets the moments. But I have seen how the moments they show in the anime is good, but in the manga, just like
it's
crazy.
It's way better. This is one of the animes where the manga panels look way better.
But I'm gonna say this though. Anime. I don't like that comparison a lot, because at the end of the day, you have more time to put effort into one panel and put all the detail you want. This is all like anime is the whole movement. Like it's the movement, right? Yeah. They capture that still for a split second, then they have to keep going. Well, like at least you can soak it in on manga, but that's me personally when it comes to like sport animes, like action oriented sections.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
get it. But there are moments when I'm like, oh, this is a panel. Like you could see like, oh, this is the panel in the manga.
Yes, and it's so good.
But overall, I think it's the best one in a while. This is the one of the few ones that I rave about all the time to like my coworkers or like my friends that haven't seen, that look for a new anime. I'm like, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. And even if I'm like, and if you don't like sports anime, this is probably the one you'll like more. And one of our friends, he does not like sports animes.
No, he doesn't.
And he is super into this one.
Yeah, he hasn't finished, like the typical friend that he is, but he has watched it. He is not a sports guy in real life, and he chooses not. Anime.
Yeah, he chooses not to because it's a sports anime. But he's like rigid like that, right? Yeah. And that's the nicest way I could say it. But
roasting our friend on the internet.
It's fine. I'm clipping this for him just for that.
Me too.
Yeah, but if he's like that's just me trying to say, like, if he likes it, most likely you may like it, for those that haven't seen it. So,
and there's a season 2 and a movie about a certain character. So it's coming out soon, I think. Probably next year.
I can't wait. But that's everything non-spoiler I got. What about, is that?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
All right. Spoiler mode in 3, 2, 1. Spoiler mode. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Just gotta give them time, just to give it a pause.
Quick pause.
Oh man! All right, where do we even start? I guess.
Let's start with the question that you asked like a month and a half ago. Do you remember that?
Was it
your top three characters?
Yes, because we get the initially. So I didn't expect this. Initially we follow Isagi or Yoichi Isagi, and I thought that was just gonna be all about him. But you start getting attached to like other players, everyone. And this is when I was like,
which is the great part about Bluelock, because in like a team sense, like for example, I'm gonna use Haikyuu a lot. Yeah. You follow Hinata a lot, the orange hair. He's like one of the main characters. Yeah, one of the main guys. But in Bluelock, the difference is that you get to see all aspects of like every team, like all the other team rankings, and you just start getting attached to them because you just love them and how they play. So I think it's also
difference. It's also more like in the in other sports animes, it's about building up. Like you follow the one dude just to like start getting acquainted to the other guys, and you start liking how they play as a team. Here, that kind of happens, but it happens more in a sense of they are forced to play with each other in a sense because
they need to play
because people get knocked out, and then eventually they're like, oh, we have to acknowledge that this guy's good.
Yeah,
I will devour his skill.
Devour.
But. Yeah, so now that the anime's done, who is your top 3? Because we talked about this before.
Has not changed.
Has not changed, okay.
No. Nagi is still, I'm going to put this in the order, because in the chat, we were all like, oh, not in any order, but I have an order.
You have an order now, okay.
Nagi is number 1. Okay. The white hair dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, I always go for the white hair.
Classic?
Yeah, classic. I would say Shigira. Is that how you say his name? The red hair dude?
The red haired dude? Oh, yeah. Chigiri?
Chigiri? Yeah.
Yeah.
The red hair, ponytail.
Yeah.
Is number 2. He's very high maintenance.
He's hilarious though.
He's so funny.
They all call him like, what is it? Like a girl, like I forget in Japanese.
Like a girly.
They do like the play on words and it's like Lady Sama or something. They always like.
Oh yeah, lady. Yeah.
They joke about that.
And then Bachira.
Bachira? Yeah.
Is my third.
Okay.
The main guy isn't even in my top 3, but.
Because I think so. Right now, like the main. So we only start. He's too busy playing with puzzles.
Yeah, he is.
I love that. Is that aspect in the manga?
Yeah, it is.
Heavily?
Sort of.
Okay.
I think they play it more here because of the voice actors, and it's like they can animate it. Yeah, they do play on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your top 3 in that order.
In that order.
Okay.
I have made my final decision.
I see.
But do you have your top 3 in its order?
I think I do. I can say top 2. The third's in contention.
Okay.
Well, no, there's a third, but there's a reason he's third now for sure. So we can. Top 1. Baro is my top 1.
I knew it. I knew a beefy man had a grip on you.
Well, and the voice actor, like that's honestly one of my favorite voice actors.
Oh yes.
Because he plays Yami. Oh yeah, he plays Yami. He plays Archer in the Fate series.
Yeah, Eraserhead and My Hero.
Yeah. Grimjaw.
You know what I love? I love their play on words. Because he's so uptight and clean. They're like, oh, maid. What happened? They were like daydreaming about him being like an actual maid.
See, this is also another thing I like. So, all right, now let me just finish my top 3 first. Okay.
Yeah.
So Baro 1, Nagi's 2nd for me.
Okay.
I would say Nagi's.
You're forgiven.
So Nagi's up. Kunigami was my 3rd one because I haven't found anyone else that
Okay.
Okay, and this is also just based off of the main people we always see interact with.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my top 3. Otherwise, I think Rin.
I'm surprised by your third one.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like Gagamaru, the white-haired ponytail.
He's
the
funny.
one that was like the giant
He's,
one, the giant guy. Yeah,
he's funny, but he's like that typical like
background character.
Yeah, in my head.
Okay.
There are some other guys that could be rising up.
Do
But
you like that glam guy?
He's really funny too. He is kind of up there. I think he's just every time he starts talking, I'm like ready for like some glam. Like whenever how he incorporates like sparkle and glam, it's really funny. I think he's funny.
Yeah. Ren is fourth for me. I think I might have to switch Ren out.
Ren is up there. I think he's really cool.
Yeah. I need more backstory on him.
Yeah, same. That's why I haven't put it up yet.
Yeah.
Because they show his brother initially, and you just don't realize it.
No, it was interesting. Wow, I'm really surprised by your third one. I'm still like, But I get it. Yeah. You follow him throughout most of the series anyway.
Until he gets knocked out.
His dream of being a striker is gone.
We're going to jump to that real quick just because he's my third. I was ready for them to like show him walking, like, because by this point at the end, they're like, oh, everyone's gone through to this point of the selection process. Yeah. Here's everyone that got through.
You've passed. Yeah.
And Rayo, or the purple hair guy.
Oh, yeah.
He gets through because he was stuck with, based on how everything like lined up, right? He was like with Kunigami and he was with Chihiri. Yeah. But so Rayo got through. Rayo? I can never say it. Reo. Yeah. Reo. He gets through, and then Kunigami does not. And then they show this other guy who is voiced by one of your favorite guys.
One of my favorite. It's Gojo.
Yeah. I didn't catch that until you mentioned it, and I went back. Me and my wife went back and went, oh my god, it is him.
It's him.
Yeah.
And crazy. I love it.
So good. I love it.
So good.
Do you have a dude that like gets on your nerves though so far?
So far, no.
It used to be Rin for me, but really? They set it up that way. But they set it up. Right?
Yeah, they set it up like that.
And of course, right now, like my go-to right now is like that. The guy at the end, Shido. Ryusei?
Oh, yeah.
Ryusei Shido? The guy that voiced by Gojo, like, it's just like knowing that he's the one that knocked out Kunigami. I'm like, I'm angry. But
you're excited.
But I'm also
excited to come.
Yeah.
I think I don't like Rayo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's
a little too possessive of Nagi, I think.
Yeah. And they form it that way, right? And and it's true, like, I think his character is right now mainly like that guy where he's like, oh, him and Nagi are like not at odds, but like, you know, like they just have a thing.
They fighting.
They're having an issue in their relationship.
In their bromance, they're fighting right now.
He's just like one of the possible antagonists because he was one, and then now he's like still a lingering one. And that's the other thing I kind of want to get into is everyone here is technically an antag,
which is funny
because this is why I like Bluelock, where you grow attached to people, but at the end of the day, it's still just a competition to find the biggest, like,
the best striker.
But biggest douchebag.
Douche. The biggest douche.
Yeah. The one that, because at the end of the day, it's all about like trying to be the best, right? Best striker, but it's because they're just being jerks to each other and just like, yeah.
Ego, I would say Ego is my second least favorite character, just because his panels were really creepy in the manga, and the way they animated him, I was not enjoying it that much. But I love Levi's voice actor, so I let it go for a little bit. Just for a little bit. But Ego is probably my second least.
Yeah. And it's crazy. Yeah, he's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
I think he's just interesting to follow because I want to know how he got to that point. And like,
me
I'm sure
too.
there's some backstory on that part.
I'm just wondering, like, who made this man so
it's
petty?
Like because of how everything happens. I'm like, he had to have some trauma to like even think of this system.
Oh yeah, like who triggered him? What kind of sad backstory he have?
But I think this also dropped at a very good time because this dropped around World Cup.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
So everything that was happening with Japan, I loved the meme where it's like, Bluelock is real. Bluelock is real.
Yeah, they were. And the animator, he animated the Japanese team, their real jerseys onto Bluelock characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then the real life like Japan team, they even said Bluelock's real.
Bluelock's real. We went through it.
They were like, we got through.
Yeah.
All the memes during the World Cup was hilarious.
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing I think soccer is so universal and global.
Big.
Yeah, it's so big.
We live in the US, and I don't think people understand how big soccer is or football is outside of the US.
Yeah.
So people always think football, they think Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's not that well known outside the US. He's known as Giselle's husband.
Yeah, literally. Straight up. Literally, that's it. He's like, oh, he plays that American football.
The American football, yeah.
He's like her husband.
And you say the word Messi or...
And everyone's just like, shit.
Yeah, everyone just
loses
their shit. Me too. But yeah, it's just soccer's so big.
Yeah.
I think they dropped this, quite honestly, at the best time. It was a smart move for them.
It just timed up very well. And yeah. I think that's what gave it so much oh my god, I can't think of words right now. But it rose in popularity because of the timing with everything, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the one big thing. And I think so. Just to add on to that, LA Galaxy, so Los Angeles Galaxy, that soccer team, they're doing a collab with Bluelock to make a tournament.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And one of because I was telling this to my coworkers, one of them, he's like, he watches soccer way more than me, and he's like, dude, I saw this, and this is this is the anime, right? I was like, yeah, dude, holy crap.
Now he has to go watch the anime.
I told him, I was like, dude, you have to watch this. I swear to God, it's so cool. And because a lot of the characters are based off of real life soccer players.
Yeah, they are.
They're based off of real life football players, and it's really awesome to see. Because I would sit there, I would sit next to my mom. Oh, he's based off this guy. Bachelor is essentially Ronaldinho, and I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, this is so cool.
It's crazy. Did you have a favorite game? Was there a game that you liked, or a section you liked a lot?
I like Barlow's game when
okay.
This so I like how people get awoken, quote unquote. Yeah. And you thought Barrow was already good, right? Because they kept framing it that way, he's so perfect with his shots. Then you realize, no, he can go freaking insane and use the shadows. But I was just that was the game where I think my wife will attest to this. I was flipping shit the entire time. I was
flipping shit.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
You were like, yes.
And then that moment when he was he's like, oh, I've accepted. I'm the loser. I'm the donkey of this game. And he's like, no, screw that. And he's like,
he flips the switch.
He flips the switch because it was just Nagi and Isagi, playing around him, playing with each other, and then finally he's like, oh, I'll use this and just take the ball for myself, which plays on his strength in the sense of how his play style. Yeah. But I think it's just cool to see how everyone's play style works out.
And works out together too, the chemistry.
Ironic, it's the
chemistry too.
Yeah, it's they had to have such an ego that it somehow plays off each other.
Yeah.
What about you?
I really like the game where it started off with Nagi wanting to pick Isagi.
Yeah.
It was that game that I really enjoyed because I think those three. I always joke about this. I was like, they're boyfriends. Low key. Low key. They're all boyfriends to each other. But I think that game was specifically for Isagi.
Uh-huh.
And how the way he figured out his missing puzzle.
Yeah.
Or his missing strength to it was really cool. And you could see they did an overview of the field And like it was like all the players, and you could just see like Isagi like figuring out where he needed to be.
Yep.
I think Nagi really helped him with that aspect and all their plays.
I didn't expect how much a role Nagi would have.
Yeah.
Because they kept framing it. Again, it's all about the framing and how they make you think this guy's going to be the rival. But then no, not in that sense.
No.
No, like he's actually like they tried to make Baro like he's going to be the main guy. No, they start playing with each other. Nagi seems very powerful. Oh, they're going to play with each other. So it's kind of interesting. They baited us thinking the first team will happen, and they keep baiting it in the end credit too. But they kept
baiting it again, yeah.
Because a lot of those guys got knocked out.
So sad.
So it's crazy to think like what kind of team's gonna come out of this.
I know. How season 2 is gonna be played. Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Is the movie? I forgot. You mentioned the movie.
It's about Nagi.
Okay. It's about Nagi.
It's just side stories, so it has nothing to do with the main.
Is that coming out before season 2? Do you know?
Or I don't know.
Okay.
They didn't say.
That's fine. But I think the biggest thing that I really like about this is the fact that it's literally screw your friends.
Yeah.
Screw friendship. No one cares.
There's no friendship in here.
We're all going to try to be the best, and we're going to use each other to be the best.
Yes. I mean, there's friendships, but like...
I think that's the other thing. Yeah, friendships still develop, right? It happens because, they play with each other enough, but there's like some... like
there's some rivalry.
There's some downfall that comes with it.
Yeah.
And it's like... that's the suspense. That's like the thing that hooks me because you're like, oh, these guys are going to play together. Oh, what if they don't? And they don't.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Because they get taken. Like the whole system and what we saw with the selection was essentially Red Robin. Like you win, you take one guy. You lose a guy. And
and then you start back with like duos.
Yeah, because it's like duos to trios to quads. And it's like
quads. Yeah.
Yeah.
To a team of 5.
I think that's like this has been like the thing where I was like, yeah, this is so cool. This is why I like this so much.
100%. Same. Man, I enjoyed it.
Oh.
I know you miss it, but don't worry, it's just season 2.
I do want to read this though. Like I may read this before One Piece.
Wow. I'm gonna read that. I'm going to tell your wife as soon as possible.
No, wait.
It's being recorded.
Do you have any negatives? Because I think I mentioned my only negative in the non-spoiler, which is the animation at times.
I agree with you on the animation part. I think that was my only negative as well.
Would you say well, you mentioned how you didn't like how it was broken up.
Oh, yeah. Also how it's broken up. I just didn't enjoy being blue-balled.
Yeah.
The cliffhangers, I don't like that type of cliffhanger.
Yeah. I don't think this one is as bad as some other anime though.
Yeah, but it's just like when you're watching it at like a weekly pace, and knowing me, that's why I started reading it. After a while, I was like 9 episodes in, I gotta read. Because
that happens in Haikyuu too.
Yeah, it does.
And Kuroko no Basket.
Yeah, but I binge watched both, and then I read Haikyuu to finish it.
I binge watched Haikyuu up to season 3, and then I watched season 4 weekly.
Yeah.
But you read after.
But I've read
3.
Before 4 came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because season 3 was just a one match, the entire game, right? Oh,
yeah,
you read before that?
Yeah, I read before that.
Damn.
Haikyuu's probably one of my favorite sports anime.
Yeah.
Like one of. Disappointed how they're breaking that up to end it, but that's another thing.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic. Overall, this was a sleeper one that I did not expect to like as much as I did. Like this is the one I looked forward to, and this is like when there was freaking Bleach was going on.
Bocchi the Rock,
Bocchi Rock, Chainsaw. This is like the one I'd looked forward to.
My Hero season 6.
Yeah, My Hero.
Yeah.
And this was the one that I was like, this is my anime of this season. I had to wait to talk about this one because this one was too busy getting married.
I don't know what you're talking about. At least I finished it.
Fair. I give you that. I
finished it.
Otherwise, we would have talked about this like literally the day after it finished airing.
Oh, I know.
But it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
She just got annoyed with the breakup, how it got broken up, episode wise.
And we're just catching up on the fall winter stuff. Like we've always said, that big break, that 5-week break really screwed us over.
I believe you're catching up on this one.
But
I've consistently watched the season for once.
That's true.
This is the weird thing. I was like, for once, I'm on top of things.
You're caught up.
And I'm waiting on you to catch up. I'm like,
but I'm caught up on... I have one more show to catch up on, but that's it.
Yeah. But...
And then we're back to normal.
Back to normal, maybe.
Yes.
We'll see. We say that, and then it won't happen.
We're always going to be catching up.
Yeah. But that's all I got.
That's all I have.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just close it out. Because otherwise I'm just going to keep gushing about this. Actually, just wanting more. That's really what it is.
Just want more. Same.
But if you have nothing else, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitter. I tried to say TikTok and Twitter at the same time. That was weird. TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, stop, and Facebook, which is booming, by the way. Weird.
Yeah, it is.
At NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. Spelled right above my head, just in case for that logo. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, just give us that like. Just let us know how we're doing. I mentioned it before. So if you already liked it before, just keep it. It's all cool. Just keep it.
Yeah.
If you give us that thumbs down, let me know why at least, okay?
I'll find you.
She'll find you. I just want to know. You can just comment. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know how we're doing. What you want to see next? I know what I want next, but that's not happening because I like Bluelock so much.
He needs to read One Piece.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.